Hello everybody and welcome back to the series, welcome back to our epic quest across Europe to win the top flight division in each of the European nations in the game. There are 33 in total. We have finally made it back to home soil and nation number 33, the final one. Did we get into a championship winning squad though? Let's have a look and find out. The simple answer is potentially. We are the manager of Liverpool. We've left Real Madrid to join Liverpool. 1,858 wins now as a manager. I think it's still a 66% win ratio that we've got. You can see that we also rejected the offer from Chelsea. We did have two job offers on the table, and I decided that Liverpool were the better option over Chelsea. So we're going to do all the usual stuff that we do at the start of one of a new nation. We're going to have a look at the club. We're going to have a look at the players. We're going to, see exactly what we can do. But Liverpool, media prediction is a third. They have got 35 league titles, the last of which was in 2087, which is 5 years ago, I think. They've also got 13 Champions Leagues. Again, the last one in 2072. That's 20 years ago now. We're considered rich. Obviously, fierce rivals are Everton, the Merseyside derby, of course. We'll meet the squad in just a minute. Let's have a quick look at what the board expects us to do. Sign players for under the 23 for the first team. That's only favoured. It's not required. They want us to sign players to develop for profit. Work within the wage budget is obviously a big one. Spend the original transfer budget. They want us to spend all their money again. Develop the best youth academy in the country and the best youth system in the world as well. Obviously, there's all the maximum contract length stuff. Qualify for the Champions League is required. So they don't expect us to win the league, but they do expect us to win the Europa League, which I think as a team like Liverpool we should be aiming for. Obviously, challenge for the FA Cup and be competitive in the League Cup as well. It's next season they want us to win the Premier League. Or the season after. Work toward, they've given us 3 years really to win the Premier League. Which is, it's fair enough, fair enough. Let's go and meet the squad then, guys. Obviously, we're going to have a quick look around. This is bugged on my screen again. Club info, if I press on that, it should disappear. Indeed, it has. No licensed kits again for some of the teams in the Premier League, but with it being the final nation, guys, and with me just wanting to get this over the line, I'm absolutely fine with that. I'm not going to mess about doing them. Anfield though, still at Anfield. Superb training facilities, superb youth facilities, excellent youth recruitment and excellent junior academy as well. Worldwide reputation, £159 million in the bank. A transfer budget of £159 million as well. Key players considered to be Alan Aguirre, 31-year-old central defender who is an absolute beast of a player. Look at him. Wow, where have these been my entire career? It's no wonder we got knocked out of them by in the Champions League last season by Real Madrid. This is the type of player that they've got. He's wow, he's unreal, isn't he? He's absolutely unreal. In terms of the Premier League, let's have a quick look at last season, shall we, and see exactly where Liverpool finished. They finished in 6th. Man United were the champions on goal difference over Man City. Tottenham in 3rd, Arsenal in 4th, Chelsea in 5th, and Liverpool in 6th place on 67 points, which is not great, is it? Quite some distance off the top there. It's going to be very, very difficult here in England because if we have a look at the season preview, you can see that the top 5-6 teams are relatively close. Man United are favourites, then Man City, Tottenham, Arsenal. Pretty much the way that we finished last season, other than Chelsea and Arsenal switched around. And this is Chelsea and Liverpool, Chelsea and ourselves. This is the reason why I chose Liverpool over Chelsea. I did have a quick look at what was going to happen. One thing I do want to quickly show you guys before the league is removed, because I am going to set it to remove, is where we finished with Real Madrid last season. You can see that we scored 101 points in the end. some 27 points clear of Espanyol in second. Barca just crept into fourth place. Atleti had a poor one though. Jose Diaz finished on 32 goals as well. So we did absolutely dominate with Real Madrid. In terms of the players, let's have a quick look. We're sorting by ability. In terms of ability, the key one there is Mazinho. He is a defender right back. He's a wing back. And he's absolutely fantastic as a wing back. Another South American. I don't know how he's only got 2 caps for Brazil. That shocks me. Formerly of Atleti Madrid, £44 million. Valued at £250 million. He is the first player. And he is absolutely outstanding. Next we've got Alan Aguirre, who we've already looked at. Carlos Hermosa is a Spaniard. 29 years old. Again, he's only got 12 caps. He is, again, as a striker, is absolutely fantastic. As an advanced forward, he's unbelievable. He can also play as an inside forward on this right-hand side. Again, outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. 40 goals in 91 appearances for Liverpool, formerly of Celta Vigo. We're going to have some fun here with some of these players, boys. And then finally, we have a quick look at Tarek Salah, an Egyptian. So we've got a player called Salah, who's an Egyptian at Liverpool still. 31-year-old central defender. Again, he's absolutely unbelievably good. Yeah, great player. Formerly of Crvena Zvezda. We possibly came across him. Possibly. I really can't remember, guys. We're that far in now. 70 years in. I can't remember who I've met. So that is the top 4 players. Obviously, we will meet the starting lineup and stuff like that when we get into our first game. Today, we are going to take on our first game of the season, which is away to Burnley at Turf Moor, which should be interesting. We don't face one of the big boys till the 4th game of the season, which is Arsenal at Anfield. Hopefully, we can pick up a victory in that one and really get this save finished. Like I said, financially, the club are in a very, very good position. We've got a little bit of wage budget left to play with. I imagine that we do lose a lot of money over the course of the season. In fact, if we have a look at the projection, you can see here that we are expected to lose a lot of money. Obviously, that doesn't include TV money and stuff like that. That is going to come in, and we will have a look at transfers and whatever when we get there. So I'm going to go forward, play through the pre-season now, guys, and we'll get to that Burnley game. Take on Burnley, have a look at things, and then we'll wrap up the episode. So I'll see you guys again in just a minute. Right, guys, welcome back. We've made it to the opening day of the season, where we are, like we said, away to Burnley at Turf Moor. We have made some signings. We've also let a few players go as well. And in terms of the finances, that leaves us still in a very healthy position. Well, I say that we're 110 million down from where we started. We've also spent a large chunk of the transfer budget. We're still underneath the wage budget though, with the comings and goings. So let's have a look at them. We do have a few more as well on the way, but there's been a lot of loans go out here at Liverpool, as well as some fringe players who we have released. Possibly the biggest fee that we've got is for James Obi. We've sent him off to our former side, PSG. He's a very, very good player, and it's a player I would have been very happy to have at another club in this save, particularly, when we were the likes of the Netherlands and Switzerland. He would have been absolutely fantastic for us, but we've moved him on, got his wages off the book. Like I said, very much a fringe player. There's been a few more as well. This was the backup goalkeeper who was homesick, the Croatian. So he came to me and I said, fine, I'll let you go, and then he's gone to Greece. So I don't understand that one, but we brought him £9.5 million for him. The rest have pretty much been loans. In terms of the ins though, we've spent £204 million, which is probably the most we've ever spent at the club. And the first one who came in was Scott Saunders. I had a look at the squad at my disposal, and I decided left back was a little bit of a weak area. You can see here with Beale, although my assistant doesn't actually rate him over Beale. Beale's got no aerial threat whatsoever. In fact, if we compare him to Scott Saunders, I think that Scott, the blue one, is marginally the better player. Really, it's close. It is close between the two of them, but we've spent the money. They can interchange between them. So £50 million for the Welshman there. The big one, possibly my record signing, I'm not quite sure. I brought in Tom Milton from Aston Villa, a left-sided inside forward on attack. Is absolutely fantastic, and we'll have. Well, I think he was better than what we had before. I can't remember the guy's name though. so I'm not going to compare this one, but it's Lobato. Aislan Lobato. Let's compare the two. If we compare you with Tom Milton, have a look at the polygon. Milton's the blue one. Again, I think just a much better player, so we've splashed the cash on him. He's on £205,000 a week, which is a lot of money, but I think he's a very good player. Next year, I think the rest of them really are all future prospects, the biggest of which we've spent the money on is Daryl Prosper, a 21-year-old brought in from Norwich on this right hand side. We've loaned him back to Norwich though, but again, decent player, one for the future. Not that we're really concerned about that in this save. Brought in a goalkeeper to replace the homesick man who hasn't gone home. 18-year-old Argentine brought in from Cologne for 6.75 million. Again, loads of potential, got a bright future ahead of him. Another goalkeeper whose name I'm not even going to try. The Turkish 18-year-old goalkeeper, again with bags and bags of potential. Free transfer, released by Galatasaray. Again, hopefully he can develop into something. He's already valued between 15 and 20 million pounds. And then two Brazilians. We brought in Siqueira, an advanced forward. A very good player in the under-21s. Hopefully he can develop. 14 million pounds, already doubled, which is great. Again, bags and bags of potential. And then lastly is Gabriel from Palmeiras. Again, 15.5 million pounds. He's already valued almost double that as a right winger. But again, loads and loads of potential to grow into. So that's all the signings, guys. And like I said, that does leave us in a okay position financially still. But let's go and meet the squad, shall we? Let's meet our first starting lineup of the season and see exactly how we're going to get on. And it is going to be, the goalkeeper is a Englishman called Gasso Diamonde. That's a very English name. He must have a second nationality of French. No, he's Ivorian is his second nationality, which I think is a French-speaking country, isn't it? So it's Diamonde. Diamonde is a fantastic goalkeeper, 33 years old, 146 caps for England. So he's well experienced, been at Liverpool for quite some time now. A fantastic goalkeeper. Right-sided defences is the highest ability player at the club in Mersey, the Brazilian, 27-year-old. I still don't know how he's only got 2 caps for Brazil. Fantastic player, and pleased to have him. And it does look like we've got somebody else who could cover him in that right back role in the squad. Currently injured. He's actually the defensive midfielder for the season, is Luciano Alcaron, but he, like I say, is actually injured. Key player at the club, Alan Aguirre, Argentine, 31, in the centre of defence. Alongside him, the Egyptian Salah. We've already had a quick look at these two. So that's our 2 central defenders for the season. Very good. Left back starting today is going to be my signing, Scott Saunders. He's going to play ahead of Beale for today's game, but I imagine that they're going to be very interchangeable throughout the season. In place of the injured Alcaron comes in Goodlife Ingri, an Englishman, 30 years old, declining, not really a great player, which is why we do have Alcaron ahead of him, but obviously injuries needs must. Now the 2 Segundo Volantes today, I did my usual, I got the assistant to suggest the best possible 11 and it put 2 Segundo Volantes in who couldn't finish. So I found these two in the squad. I found Bergin. Clint Bergin is a 34-year-old Englishman. Yes, his legs are starting to go. No, he's not natural as a defensive midfielder, but we have a look at him as a Segundo Volante. I hate these menus in Football Manager. They always disappear from me. How good is he as a Segundo Volante on attack? He's bloody brilliant. Formerly of Leeds United. He's like I say, he's 34 years old. He is starting to lose his legs, but how good is he as a Segundo Volante? So hopefully he picks that up pretty quickly. And it's a similar story on the other side with, we'll just say Bode, the German. It's probably Bode, the German, 31 years old. Again, not natural as a Segundo Volante, but if we have a look at his, again, his attributes for that Segundo Volante role, absolutely fantastic. So I think we're sorted there as soon as they learn the positions. Again, 250 appearances for Liverpool. The wingers for today is going to be our new signing, Milton, starting on the left-hand side. The Englishman, 27 years old. Like I said, looks absolutely fantastic. Now, we did have a look at Hermosa as an advanced forward. But we have another advanced forward in the squad who is very good. And we're a little bit lacking on the right-hand side of midfield. So we're going to play Hermosa as the inside forward on the right-hand side. And he's fantastic there. So hopefully he can continue to do that. And the striker that we've got is Slonjski, I think it's pronounced, a 30-year-old Croatian, formerly of Dinamo Zagreb. Absolutely fantastic as an advanced forward. We do have more options for that position. Antonio Molina, again, very, very good. The Spaniard got 2 goals in pre-season for us. Again, a very, very good striker option. But I think Vito Slonjski is going to do fantastically well for us and bag us loads of goals. 78 and 145 for Liverpool in his career. So that's our first starting lineup of the season, guys. Back on home side. It's so good to be home. It's so good to be in the Last Nation. Let's go and win the Premier League title, shall we? And as we get our career underway in the biggest league in the world, the Premier League, it's been at the top of the pile most of the way through this save. I think it was actually replaced at one stage by Germany, possibly. We're hoping to get the Premier League knocked off as quickly as possible so I can wrap this save up and get on with Football Manager 24. I still haven't decided what I'm doing for a save in that game. We'll get our first highlight 17 minutes into the game. We do win that defensive header, and it's at the feet of Salah into Good Life Ingram. Aguirre feeding it ball forward towards Hermosa, back to Aguirre again. Marzinho on the right hand side looks to take it past his man. Tremble's done really, really well to get back and take that off him. But they're giving it straight back to a Salah. He doesn't win the header. The Burnley man wins the header. It's Priest. Well tackled. Although Tremble picks up the second ball again. Looks to pull it across. We do block the defence and Bode dives in with a challenge. And Saunders finds Milton. It's Saunders again. On the left hand side. It takes it past a couple. Good ball forward. Looking for Slonjski. Took it past the goalkeeper. Our first goal as the manager of Liverpool. Of course, it wouldn't be the same without VAR, would it? Wouldn't be the same. It's been disallowed. Slonjski went a little bit too early and he's denied his first goal of the season. Just after the half-hour mark now, and it is a Burnley with the ball. It's Fofana looking to get on the end of that there. Diomande watched it hit his crossbar and thankfully clutched it to his chest after it came back off the crossbar. We're not really creating too many chances here, guys. It's Marzinho finding Salah with a throw-in into Good Life Ingram. Back to Salah, now Saunders, the Welshman, looking forward towards Milton. Our two signings combining there down the left-hand side. Finds Bode. Bode with the ball towards Hermosa. Hermosa's in the area. Carlos Hermosa does get our first goal as the manager of Liverpool now. And he gets us up and running in the Premier League this season. And that is the way it stays until the break, guys. You can see that in terms of shots, XG, clear-cut chances, possession, we are on top in the game. Burnley have had a couple of chances, though. And this is England, you know, anybody can beat anybody really. Maybe not so much in the Premiership, the Championship definitely anybody can beat anybody in that division. Yeah, good start. Aguirre with the deep free kick finds Good Life Ingram, looking over the top towards Hermosa, beaten to it though by BT. BT goes long. Is he going to give the ball straight back to us? Salah wins the header, falls at the feet of the Burnley man though, who switches the play out to the left, the right hand side, and Ali carrying a little bit of a knock. It comes back to Salah. Now Fofana, Ali again. Milton's done really well to nip in there and pinch it off him. Travel a long way with the ball. Finds Hermosa. Hermosa over the top towards Slonjski's. Hit the post, and they've cleared it behind for the corner. The big Croatian up front there. I hope he scores loads of goals for us. It's going to be Hermosa to take the corner. Can he pick out one of the centre halves at the near post? It's headed clear by Priest, and Ali's going to collect the second ball, but crowded out of it by Salah. Done really, really well to get back to him. And with an hour on the clock, guys, it's a little bit closer than I would have liked, really. Only 1-0 against Burnley. I'm not sure where Burnley predicted to finish. Of course, we're 70 years into the future, so, you know, some of these teams, they could be... The league could have flipped, really. They could be one of the best teams. One of the best teams in the division. As we look to come forward again, Hermosa picks out Slonjski. Slonjski inside the area. Needs some support, though. Finds Bode. Felix Bode gets his first of the season. And we do now make it 2-0 in the 72nd minute. And a little bit more comfortable for us. Highlight straight from the kickoff, though. Is this going to be Burnley getting one back? It's Smith Wood finding Beatley on the left-hand side. He's got Tremble outside of him. Tremble looks down the line towards a Priest, but that's easy for Marzinho to cut out. Switches the play to Scott Saunders. Drives through the middle. More like an inverted wing back there, isn't he, Saunders? Comes back to Salah. Salah finds the score of the second goal, Bode. And Salah again. Bode to Saunders. Saunders out wide to the left, and Milton over the top for the Slonjski. This is his opportunity for his goal. He puts it in the back of the net for the second time today. Was he onside there? Was he onside? I bet it's disallowed again. Oh, he's been awarded. Sliński gets his first of the season. Vito Sliński with a really, really good finish. Good ball over the top by Milton. Sliński brings it down. It's been kept onside by the left back there, the number 5, which is Beattie. And he puts the ball into the back of the net for 3-0 to Liverpool. And we could make it 4 here. Eze with the ball in his hands for Burnley. He goes long. We do win it in the air with Mersey though. It's Hermosa. Hermosa feeding Sliński again. Sliński's tackled well. As far as Bergen into Bode. Gets his second of the game. Bode. Again though, VAR guys. Is this one going to count? I don't see why not. I think Bode was onside and it's been disallowed. Milton was offside. Where was Milton in that leg? Bergen plays the... Milton not... What? I don't know anymore. Guys. Yeah, VAR sucks. But into the final 5 minutes of our Premier League debut, and it's looking like it's going to be a nice, fantastic 3-0 win for Liverpool. Although we could still make it 4. Saunders looking for Milton. Sliński actually. Now it's Milton. Milton's shot is deflected up into the air, and Eze claims it comfortably into injury time though. Eze goes long, gives it straight to Salah. Bode of the top 4. Hermosa, I think is a fantastic player. He gives the ball away though, as I say that, but they do give it straight back to Salah again. He switches to the left and Saunders into the middle. This might not actually be a highlight, guys. This might just be because we're in injury time and it's playing it out, but it is Milton with the ball. Gets it across for Sliński. Oh, it is a highlight. We've only gone to score again. It's Sliński again. Gets his second of the game, and Liverpool's 4th. A fantastic start to the season, guys. Well, that's exactly how we would have wanted our Premier League debut to go, wouldn't it? Vito Sliński gets the Man of the Match award after his 2 goals. We've absolutely dominated Burnley, and we couldn't have wished to get off to a better start, really. So after that opening day thumping at Turf Moor, we do find ourselves currently sat on top of the table. Yes, there are a couple of teams still to play, most notably the title favourites Manchester United. Arsenal won as well through a goal through Villanova in the 95th minute. But that's a fantastic start to life here on Merseyside and our final nation. Now, we know that the Premier League is a 38-game season, and keeping with the last couple of leagues that we've been in, Italy and Spain, where they were 38-game season, we're going to come back again a quarter of the way through the season and see exactly how we're getting on. Hopefully we're still at the top of the table, guys, because I want to get this done. But welcome to England, welcome to Liverpool. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Please remember to hit that thumbs up button for me. It really does help me out, and I do greatly appreciate it. And hopefully soon I can start getting onto my FM24 content for you. Once I figure out what I'm doing, I just want to get this finished first of all. But I'll see you next time where, like I say, hopefully we're still at the top of the table. So see you later, guys.